The 30th of November, reporting directly from the Ping River. People say that it's polluted, but the Ping River should actually be quite clean. It's just because of the mud. So it's not really clean, it's just muddy. That's why it's so brownish. Plant sugar and others digging holes for the scraps from Happy Green. We need that compost going, green compost. So we have had studies for a very long time about type 1 diabetes and what the cause of that is in very young children. If you have read the China study by T. Colin Campbell, you know already that if a child will consume cow's milk, and cow's milk contains casein, which is the animal protein in the milk, you will know that the child's stomach is very the walls are not that thick, and they are like the casein can go through these walls of the child. And then what happens? Then the antibodies, your immune defense will attack the casein. And what happens then is that the casein looks just like the organs that produce insulin in the body, and then your immune system will just attack these parts of your organism, and then you will not be able to produce insulin yourself. So that's crazy. And so this is no news, but the new thing is that nutrition facts will nail this with a very big hammer. So see what nutrition facts Dr. Greco will tell you about the casein thing with type 1 diabetes in children and young adults.
Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease that typically strikes children and young adults, in which your own immune system attacks and destroys the insulin-producing cells of your pancreas. If untreated, it's deadly, but even with well-managed insulin replacement, it could cut a decade off your life. A number of factors have been postulated for tipping children over into diabetes, including vitamin D deficiency, certain infections, or exposure to cow's milk. Decades ago, cross-country comparisons like this were published showing a tight correlation between milk consumption and the incidence of type 1 diabetes, insulin-dependent childhood-onset diabetes, showing as much as 94% of the geographic variation in incidence might be explained by differences in milk consumption alone.
Vegan activist song goes viral. It's by John Sakars, and it's called Don't Insult. Humans are also animals. I don't like the distinction between humans and animals. Humans are animals, but it's a good job.
If you gain weight from too much chow, I will never call you a cow. I respect you and cows.
Don't use cow as an insult.
If you eat every single fig, I will never call you a pig. I respect you and pigs.
Don't use pig as an insult. Animals are innocent. Don't be speciesist. Never use the name of an animal as an insult for a human.
Mike the vegan talks about if it's a privilege to be a vegan or eat vegan, because it's a privilege. It's like you need to take some things first, and some people say that fresh produce is expensive, and then it's a privilege. It's only if you have money you can be vegan. You can go vegan eating potatoes in Denmark. It's so cheap. The thing about the privilege, it's just a hoax. But let's see what Mike has to say about that.
Bad reporting aside, is the fact that vegans are privileged a good enough reason to not be vegan or not spread a vegan message? Let's take a look at some other privileges and examine our attitude toward them and see if the fact that they are privileged is a good enough reason to stop them. Alright, first one would be higher education. Should we burn our degrees and tell our children not to go to college because there's a portion of people that won't be able to afford to go to college and they don't have the resources to get the educational level required to get into college? Alright, I'll keep going. How about sustainability efforts? Upfront costs of solar panels, that's privilege. The land that would be required to compost, also privilege. But should we keep burning coal and throwing our organic waste in landfills? No. How about abiding the law? It's a privilege to be able to support your family within the boundaries of the law.
And remember, any news about anything that is cool or not cool or whatever, let me know in the comments below.